Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So in front of us, we're going to take a look at the BMW M240i. This model is finished off in Thunder Night Metallic. They have an MSRP in the mid $50,000 range, and we have a very fun and sporty sports car that's also practical with the room in the back. Now, powering the M240i, same engine as the Toyota Supra. This is the 3-liter twin power turbo inline 6-cylinder. It's paired to the 8-speed automatic transmission, and it pumps out 382 horsepower, 369 pound-feet of torque. That power is sent through the xDrive all-wheel drive system, propelling this 3,800-pound sports car from 0 to 60 in just over 4 seconds. Top speed is 155. And for fuel economy, you're looking at 23 miles per gallon in the city, right around 32 out on the highway. So you have a very fun and a fuel-efficient sports car. Now up front, this has the kidney grille finished off in gloss black. All of the active grille shutters, which will open when the vehicle is on to provide a lot more cooling. Forward-facing camera, all the parking sensors. There's LED headlights, DRLs, and turn signals. And check out the large inlets on both sides. There's even some on the far corners there to provide even more airflow, which is very nice to see. And then a few bulges in the hood, very subtle, but they give it that sports car vibe. Now for the side, this has a set of 19-inch wheels with that double spoke design finished off in gloss black. This also has the M Sport brakes as well as the M Sport rear differential. There's more gloss black in that lower side skirt, and as you've been able to tell, the vehicle is locking and unlocking with the proximity key. That is a setting that you can change, of course. We have the power folding side mirrors, camera, and the turn signal. Sunroof up top, all of the window trim is blacked out, and this even gets the flush design for those door handles. It's on a few of the newer BMW models. I think it's a really nice design. And then crisp lines that run down the side. It's a lot more boxy than previous BMW sports cars, and I'm really digging it. I'm liking all of the crisp lines and angles for this model. Now this has a really small trunk mounted spoiler, backup camera with all the sensors, LED taillights, gloss black in that lower diffuser with the dual exhaust on both sides. Now this also has remote start, so like every other BMW, triple tap that lock button, it'll fire up. And then you can also use that button to shut this off as needed. So it's a nice feature to have. You can also use the button on the key fob or the one up underneath to open up this trunk lid. Now it's not power operated, but it's very lightweight. And you have a practical sports car here with the amount of space. There's nets on both sides, nothing underneath the floor, but you can fold down the back seats and get a lot more space. So this is incredibly practical if you need that little bit of extra in your sports car over a 2-seater. Now as we work our way to the interior, door panels finished off in leather. We have this cool insert in the back, brushed aluminum. There's a Harman Kardon system, a little bit of storage in the lower section, trunk release, and the rest of your controls, including memory seating adjustments. And then black solid leather for this model, all the automatic adjustments, and that manual adjustment for the leg support. And then, like I mentioned earlier, back seats are in the M240. So same engine as the Supra, but that's just a 2-seater. So if you need 4 seats, you have this option. It's very nice. 5'10", I could be back here. We got climate adjustments, some storage, armrests, and you even get a additional armrest along with cup holders in the middle, and you can fold down this seat if you need to as well. So it's very accommodating for passengers. If they need to be back here, it's also accommodating for that extra amount of storage that you can use in the back half. Now as we hop in, it's a low car, but it's easy to get into. Let's fire this back up now. And being the M, of course, we have the M steering wheel. It's heated, solid leather. We have a lot of brushed aluminum accents too. And then on the left side, there's all the cruise control settings. Right side, you have volume, tuning, Bluetooth, and voice commands. Brushed aluminum for the paddle shifters and the rest of the accents too. And then with the digital gauge cluster, left side, there's miles per hour, and the speedometer. Right side is the tach and engine temperature. And then you can also go through a various amount of information just by using the button on the turn signal stalk. You always have that navigation map pulled up too, which is nice to see. And so you have a little bit of info to go through. Not a whole lot of configurability, but it's still nice nonetheless. And this has the head-up display. It shows miles per hour and the speed limit sign, and then you can pull up all of your audio adjustments by using that button right there. Now, a little bit of storage on this left side with all the headlight adjustments. And then for the screen in the middle, you have your home screen, which is configurable. So currently Sport Displays is on that home screen. And then you have some more info that you can scroll through. You have shortcuts to your media. You can also get into your phone, so you can pair all of that info, get into your nav for all of that. And then under car, you have a lot more to go through. So driving, you can go through your sport displays, energy flow. You can go back into your vehicle status, so you can monitor all of that. Even a bunch of settings, so you can configure this as you would like to. There's your care car or your carrying car, your driver profiles, and even your owner's manual. Now this also has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so you can go into that along with various other apps. And there's even a shortcut to your intelligent safety, so you can configure that as needed. We have brushed aluminum along with this optional trim piece or trim accent, which is nice to see. All the climate adjustments are in the middle, heated seats, you have your defrosters too, power and volume for the radio, all the presets and tuning. And then this gets wireless charging along with auxiliaries and cup holders. So you can hide all of that as needed. All of these are the controls I was using for up top. So you have shortcuts along with that rotary dial. And then with the shifter, let's put this into reverse. You get that backup camera with the top-down view and the 360 view too. So you can push on all of these shortcuts and clearly see around this entire vehicle. We also have the car wash setting or another top-down view. And when you put this into drive, simply push this camera button on the left of it, and now we have the full forward-facing camera, which is very helpful. Now to use the paddle shifters or the shifter, just push it to the left, and then park is located on the backside. There's traction control, parking sensors, engine start-stop feature, and then we also have the different driving modes. So you have a few different in sport, there's one in comfort there, and then we have eco, and then the adaptive setting too. Auto hold and the e-brake are located just behind that. A little bit of storage in the armrest as well as in the glove box there. And then up top, we have the power adjustments for the sunroof and the sunshade, dome lights on both sides, and a good bit of visibility from this driver's seat. It's very open feeling for this car. Let's go ahead and though, get this 240 out on the road. And from second gear, here we go. Lightning quick for those shifts. So while the M240i doesn't come with the manual transmission, you get a very responsive automatic transmission that is quicker than the manual. I do wish, however, that a manual was offered, but you can go with the Supra if you want to get a similar vehicle with that manual. So behind the wheel now for the M240i, right in the mid $50,000 range, you can find these cars. And aside from the Supra, which I think is one of the best bang for the buck sports cars you can buy, I would put the M240 kind of right underneath it, simply because it has the same power plant, you just have back seats. So it is a little bit more practical. It just weighs a little bit more. You get the all-wheel drive system though, back seats like I said. So it's very, very similar, same engine, so you have a lot of tuning potential for this 240. A lot of interchangeable parts. They're both BMWs pretty much. And so you can have a lot of fun with this car without breaking the bank, without going up to the M2, which you can get the manual. It's gonna be about 20 grand more though. So it just depends on your budget, what you are looking to get. This is such an incredible driving car. I'm not on any twisty roads, but I've been in enough of them to know how responsive and the handling characteristics that this vehicle has. We also have the different driving modes, like I've mentioned earlier. Basically, it's just going to modulate your throttle response. So if we go down to a second gear in eco mode, power is definitely limited. I can feel that. Then you can go into sport mode. The exhaust note changes slightly. It's not that much louder between sport and out of sport mode basically, but it changes enough to be able to hear it, give you a little bit of that driver excitement and feel. And for this interior, we do have some plastic, which I'm not really gonna knock on it. There's other cars in this price range that do offer, you know, plastic interior, things like that. But we have a very nice interior, well-refined interior too. And if you haven't been able to tell, I will say that this is the older M240i already. We have the older screen setup. You can get the large curved screen now in the newest model that is available. But really nothing to complain about in this 240. Kind of identical to the Supra, of course, but it is very nice. It is a good driving, everyday style vehicle if you want the performance, but you also want that practicality. I could put people in the back if you had that third or fourth person and you just needed that space, you're using it a lot, you have a lot of items that you need to place in your vehicle. It makes for the best of both worlds, which is awesome to see. But that is going to wrap it up for the BMW M240i. Once again, huge shout out to 704 Exotics for providing this for me today. Check out their website, that link is down below. Give the video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.